All right, it's time to move on to our next speaker. I'm so excited about our next speaker because she's an amazing, just an amazing soul, become a really good friend of mine. And I am doing, I've got projects that I'm doing with her and her partner, and I'm just soon to be husband. That I'm just really excited that I get to interview her. So let's bring on Krista. Let's highlight Krista. Krista, there she is. Yay.
Hello.
It's so good to have you here, Krista.
Thank you. It's so great to be here on the Lifestyle Business Summit. Great to see so many amazing people in the room. And I'm sure there's people out there watching this. So
Yeah,
needed and inspirational. Let's go.
yeah, let's go. So I'm going to read your quick little bio, and then I'm gonna add my little 2 cents to it, okay?
Okay.
So prepare yourself. Krista, in not okay, I'm Jesus, I always get tongue-tied with this. So can I just say Krista
We're
Neely?
simplifying. Yes.
Krista Neeley is a transformational guide for visionary couples who are ready to lead with love and live in alignment, alongside her husband to be, Michael Neeley, which I get to proudly say I get to go to your wedding and next year. So I'm very excited about that. She co-founded Couplepreneurs Rising, a movement that empowers couples to build freedom lifestyle businesses rooted in intimacy, presence, and purpose, not hustle. They lead immersive retreats for couples, crafting a life where love and business success grow together, where love and business success grow together. They host the annual New Media Cruise, which I'm going on, woo-hoo, and founded Infinite Leads. Let me see that cup again. What were you showing on the cup?
It's
Love.
my love mug.
What's that? And there's always lots of love, especially when I'm around the two of you. Sometimes I have to say, "Get a room, guys," but that's
Well,
uh,
we were roommates, well, or at least villa mates. You
It's
can
a it's an
borrow it from
inspiration.
us.
It's an inspiration. So before I get into picking your brain, because you are someone that has actually been doing, you and Michael have been doing this lifestyle freedom work for a while now, and you guys are really truly an embodiment of that. And I know you're expanding that even more, which I'm super inspired by you. But I do want to say that you are also one of our leaders in the Ungrind Revolution and Ungrind Evolution documentaries, because you were in Costa Rica with us leading your group and your team there. And you are absolutely the perfect example of this work and this topic that we're talking about here today. Um, and talk a little bit about the journey to get here, because
Mm.
I mean, I don't think you like started as an entrepreneur right into the hey lifestyle business all the way every day, right? So what has it taken for you guys to really kind of move into and really embody and do this work the way you're doing it today?
Yeah, it's interesting. I was kind of reflecting on this the last couple of days, how Michael and I have been in relationship almost 4 years. So we've met each other, we manifested one another in midlife, both from the coaching industry. And I can't even think of a moment between when we were falling in love and when we decided to go into business. It was all so seamless. Like as like every conversation was just about what can we create together and how can we make a bigger impact. And so it in a way it was seamless and effortless, and it's just rooted in who Michael and I are individually. And then we came together, it was just like, well, of course we're going to create some amazing things together, help other people, and make sure we can have a lot of fun. I blame that on two things. One, if you know anything about the Enneagram um, personality styles, Michael and I are both sevens, and sevens are notoriously led by fun and the adventure of life. So when you have two people together in a relationship led by fun, watch out. It's That's our driving force. The other piece is long before we knew each other, Michael had a background as a professional actor, and I had a long career as a professional dancer, performer, MC all over the world. So we come from entertainment, we come from doing things that we love and that we feel really, really both passionate about and grateful to have talents to put out in the world. And so we want to just continue to put out material in the world and have businesses that feel fun and aligned and and giving and all of those things that we've just always done. So that's it.
Well,
I just blame it on
blame it
all.
on the enneagrams and all that sort of thing. I
Yes.
love that. Well, it's a good blaming because I admire that that you two are able to do that, and I think you actually bring into this equation of this conversation around lifestyle business that additional person, right? Because I'm divorced. I've been divorced for about 10 years, but when I was married, very opposite. Ideas about life and how it should be run. I mean, if my wife had at the time had her choosing, she would have chose me having a corporate job that made money and provided security, and it was the furthest thing away from being an entrepreneur, which obviously has its perils and challenges, but it also
Indeed.
has its glory and that sort of thing. And the work that you guys are doing now with couplepreneurs rising, I think is really good because not everybody here is doing this on their own, right? They may
Right.
not, and they may not be business partners with their spouse, but their spouse or partner or whatever, but their spouse is there, and
Yeah.
there needs to be that support and that sort of thing. So talk a little bit about that journey to create a life that really serves more than just one person, a couple people, and what is how do you get there? I mean, it would have been nice if I got there, but I didn't. Next person, right? But
Right.
what do you have to say about that?
Well, first I have to say that the cool thing, the potential of partnering later in life is you have the ability to manifest just the right person based on the things that are important to you in your life.
So you're saying there's hope for me.
I'm saying there's hope. Yes.
Okay, okay,
Stick
good.
around.
Just wanted to just verify that.
Stick around. Uh, because as we evolve and then you decide you're set in the things that are important to you, and travel and freedom and independence and entrepreneurship, I know are as important to you, Robert, as they are to us, that you'll be able to draw in a woman who has all of those same things. And so whatever end up creating in the future can be potentially amazing. Um, and you don't just connect with somebody and think like, oh, that's it. I found my one. And now it's easy from here on out. We really do. We're, we believe in creating a container, support, a community where couples can be around other couples that are equally committed to making their love life and their full life absolutely epic. How to love like a legend. And what we teach is a framework based on the infinity symbol. It's a theme in all of our brands. And with what happens that we find, and I've been there. I'm divorced. I've been there. I'm sure just like you were explaining, Robert, where it becomes this disconnection. And the person can be, especially an entrepreneur, can fall into this trap of working so hard, and everything is the hustle, it's the going for it. There's I'm going to support my family. I'm doing it all. I'm doing it all for them. But the truth is, you're doing all these things without them and then apologizing for not being there. So the
Mm.
attention's over here and you're apologizing over there and making promises of when you're going to actually show up, whether it's for your spouse or your kids or your health or your dog.
So how do you shift that? Or your dog? I love
Yeah.
that.
I know
I
you
think you're
love
speaking to me there. So how do you shift that? How do you shift or how have you shifted it? And how have you brought a person into your life that is doing that alongside you?
the shift is following the if you can envision an infinity symbol up like this and down like that, where everything moves together. And on one side of the infinity symbol, we have your business, your career, your hustle, your money, like all those pieces. And then over on the other side is where we usually keep our personal life, our family, our lover, our you, all of those, even your health, friends. And when they become disconnected, then that's what I was just explaining. Like it doesn't work. So what we do first of all is get help somebody get rooted in the priority and importance of the relationship and recognize that your relationship is not the thing that's taking time away from your business. It can be the superpower of your business.
Mm.
Because when you, as I feel and are fully like embodied in a loving, supportive relationship that, not to get sidetracked, but I will say this one thing because I think it's super important. The thing that I love most about my relationship with Michael is how I feel as Krista. I feel like the the most authentic, free, solid, beautiful, amazing version of me that I ever have been. And I get to do that in the container that he creates in
Mm.
our relationship. So, and it's okay if I'm not, I know not everybody that's listening to this is in a relationship, but I'm just letting you see what's possible and how you can prioritize that and let that be the fuel that then goes, okay, now I've got this energy, I have creativity, I've got this spunk. I'm going to launch that off into my business. And as my business does well, I'm going to celebrate and bring it back into my personal life. And so there's more details to the framework, but if you can just imagine that's the flow and the jet from one propels the jets in the other. And that's when you know that you are really rocking in both areas. Um, and again, to say it most simply is that your relationship becomes the fuel to the success of your business, not the reason it doesn't work.
Wow. I never really got the infinity symbol until then. And I love that. I love that understanding that they're not separate from each other. They're connected to each other, and that there's just got to be some kind of flow that happens without sacrificing. In other words, you can't, you know, pass through and build your, or you can't have your business be what it is without passing through and having your life be what it is. So, which is really, really awesome. I love that visual.
And with that, my invitation to everyone today is to think about, can you live one life? One life, throw everything in the mix into this infinity symbol, because I find too often that we're living at least two, maybe three different lives. You've got the work life and that personality. It could be the behind the scenes work life personality. Then you've got the in front of people, the networking personality. Then you've got your in relationship personality. Maybe it's the one that's with your kids, or how you're showing it for you when it's just you all by yourself. And the more disconnected this is, the more unsatisfied I believe that people are in their life. And when we can really embrace and double down on who we are, highlight the things that make us unique, that make us quirky, that make us laugh, that make us whatever it is that makes you you, and bring that to the business, to your relationship, and put it all into flow. Now we're in flow. Now we're feeling what freedom feels like, because you're not having to run away from your business to like finally get a vacation for a week and like, oh, I'm free for a week, but I haven't practiced what freedom feels like, so I don't even know how to be free during that vacation, right? So it's all about bringing it all together. And hey, I can say it, but the truth is, it takes practice and it takes guidance, and there's more to it to actually embody all of that, and that's what we do.
Yeah, in a moment, I want to ask you some questions about how you've actually made that possible in your business by creating very specific experiences that
Hmm.
for people. But let me ask you this question. I'm going to throw out a tough question for you, the hardball 60-minute question here. Not don't It's not a 60-minute answer, but the question is this: what if someone is in a relationship in which their partner or their spouse are not aligned with the business being that source for their life? How do you get that part without obviously dumping them and moving on to the next one? But unless that does happen, but how do you get that partner to start to buy into the vision with you if they're not your partner in the business, that their partner in life? What do you suggest as far as getting that partner engaged with you in the vision that you have too?
Yeah, that actually is such a good question. And it's rooted in having really deep, intimate conversations with some great questions. And that's something that in the work that we do with couples, that we do, and we invite people to participate in. And it's like you want to step away from the exact question and go to the deeper questions, which are, what do you really value? What's most important to you? What do you really fear? Like, what scares you about what I'm doing or not doing?
Mm,
What scares you about what if, this does work and doesn't work? And when we can start a dialogue at a deeper, more intimate level between partners, between beloveds, then it takes the angst and the vibrations happening up here and allows you to like to get down lower and just open into being there for one another and really, really hearing, not only hearing each other, but hearing yourself. Because
mm,
often we're not asked the deep questions that we don't even have to say or articulate. So I would say it's in these deep, intimate, connected experiences of asking questions, listening, and understanding each other. Like, I hear what you're saying.
mm.
This is what's important to me. And from that, compromises can be made, adjustments can be made. But we don't want to just start with a negotiating of, well, I'll give you this if you give me that, until you really, really hear and understand one another.
Wow. So the inquiry into how they feel, what they're thinking, what their emotions are around whatever that disconnect is, which is you said something is really powerful about that process, is that in the process of really trying to understand another, you can often maybe even find out more about yourself,
Mm,
right?
so
And
much.
also, and then in doing that, that might actually bring that connection closer together. So I love that. That's such a powerful thought process there. Thank you for that. Now
Hmm.
let's shift into the
Okay.
Krista and Michael world here. You guys, it's clear that you guys don't just have, well, we have this great life and we have this business that provides a life. You really combined it into one thing, the infinity, right? Like you're saying.
Yeah.
In what way does that show up? How does your business really give you the lifestyle that you and the life that you want? What do you do? What are the decisions that you make? What are the things that you offer people? That sort of thing.
So something that's very important to us that we really, really enjoy is both travel and being connected with amazing people. Sure, we have fun with each other, but it's nice to actually connect with people who are up to big things and be part of masterminds and helping one another to ideate on what this life is, going deep in love, all of these conversations. Like, that's really important to us and enjoy it. So we actually host several different events throughout the year. One, of course, is this one, the New Media Cruise, that anybody can jump in. And this is not has nothing to do with being a couple. I'll start by prefacing. I'll step back one thing. The main business that we have that fuels what we do is Infinite Leads, and Infinite Leads is for coaches, authors, speakers, experts to gain lead generation. So we've created a business model that gives us freedom. So part of what we do teach couples and non-couples is making sure that you're creating a business model that will support the level of flexibility slash freedom that you're looking for. So that's our foundation of our business, is Infinite Leads. And in other fun ways to support people in the same industry, the coaching industry, we host the New Media Cruise. It's an annual cruise for a week in the Caribbean, um, talking about podcasting and social media and all the different ways, speaking on stages just like we are now. So that's another way that we're expressing and bringing people together in community to live out a freedom lifestyle. I can keep going, but I'll pause for a second in case you have some more.
Well, I mean, here's what I want to acknowledge and recognize in what you guys have created is that you say you have this infinite leads, which is the business that is the model or the container that will provide you lifestyle, but you take it a little bit further than that. And I
Mhm.
think this is what makes you guys really unique, is that your lifestyle also kind of gets mushed together. That's the best. That's my
Mhm. Yep.
terminology, mush. Uh, your lifestyle gets mushed together with uh, business ideas or programs or offers that is delivering both worlds at the same time. The
Yeah,
lifestyle. So, hey, you get to go hang out with amazing people on a cruise, but it's
I do.
also your business that makes you money, right?
Yes.
You get to take a bunch of couples to is it Italy?
Italy. Yes.
Italy, and hang out for a week in Italy with these couples
Mhm.
doing this couples work with them, which is obviously something that you guys are very passionate about, and it's Italy, so for crying out loud, and but it's also your business that makes you money. So what I love about what you guys do is that you've kind of almost created a third tier to this whole idea. The
Mhm.
idea is that I have a business that gives me a life, but I also have the in between, the combination of my business and life mushed together into an offering that is the embodiment of those two things.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate this opportunity to come and talk about a lifestyle business, Robert, because that's the topic. It's important to you too, and you're bringing it to light. Um, we don't always get to come on and talk about it all the time. So what we do is actually give people the opportunity to embody it. So
Mm,
while we are teaching about how to get more visibility through new media, through all forms of new media, we're like, well, let's do it on a cruise while we're really embracing what freedom lifestyle looks like, how to incorporate fun in business. And another one of our, not just the core belief, but the actual result that we see again and again from all of this work is the most meaningful connections with people that we now know and see again and again. And then every new person that we meet, when you meet them in person during an experience, like we did in your event in Costa Rica, like people do on the new media cruise, like they do in Italy, they're the deepest connections that you could ever make compared to just being in a Zoom room or in a networking group.
mm.
And so I can't stress enough the importance of investing in yourself and recognizing the value exchange that comes from getting out from behind the desk or just going down to the local chamber meeting, but to actually get out of your comfort zone, fly somewhere amazing, and spend 3 days, a week, 10 days with people, because the not only are you living it, you're like, oh man, I get to like do this thing, this business life combination, but the quality of the conversations, of the relationships, are second to none.
That is so brilliant, because we often don't look at, let's say, an opportunity like the new media cruise as being, oh, well, it's just 7 days and I get to network and learn things and that sort of thing. Which, like, if I had a choice, Zoom or a cruise, right? And in cruise, I get to write it off first off, right? But here's the secondary thing that I think people overlook when presented with opportunities like this, whether it's an opportunity to attend, like New Media Cruise, or it's opportunity to create
Mhm.
something like that, is that the end result, you're right, is that the relationship building that comes out of that, the deep bond that comes out of it, is not just, oh, I've got a bunch of new friends, because they're all entrepreneurs. I mean, that's the kind of thing that's here. But you also have many, many partners that will come out of that, JV partners, strategic alliances, and that sort of thing. And that is, if you look at it and you look at the journey that that takes you on, is a financial model and a marketing strategy that is one of the best that you can apply in your business, hands down across the board.
Yeah.
So the result of coming back from something like the New Media Cruise or the Costa Rica trip or whatever else that is available to you, where you're in that deep immersive container environment,
Yeah.
is a gift that keeps on giving, is in other words a way of saying that.
It really is. It really is. I mean, just as I'm looking around the room here and spotting, like I'm seeing, hi, Lynn, when we were just in Costa Rica, she's coming on the new media cruise. Like once you've made those connections with people in real life, it's no longer like, oh, is that just a name? Do they know me? I think, I'm in their email list, which of course we teach people how to do the email list, so I'm not going to down that. But it's very different than actually having spent time with someone where
Yeah.
they know you and you know them. And then the beauty of doing it again over time is you get to be part of each other's journey.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm not doing the exact same thing that I did 5 years ago. Like it's an evolution. There's new programs and new offerings, and leaning into the things that are now more important in my life. And I'd imagine that the same thing as is true for most of you. And so that's the other really cool thing about you know attending things where you get to see some of those same people again and again.
Yeah, and ultimately what that does is it also takes you out of your comfort zone, where your
Mm.
comfort zone is not really where the transformation usually happens. It happens, that saying, life begins outside of your comfort zone. And I love this. Krista, I could talk to you for another hour here, but I want to make sure, what is it that you have for everybody here as a gift that people can get in the dashboard?
And it's called the Freedom Lifestyle Planner. And I've loved journaling. I teach journaling. I have a journal that's available on Amazon. Um, an abundance journal that gives prompts. And so this is a version of a journal that you can get. You can print out. I encourage you to write in it. And it's just going to start framing out some great reflective questions that will help you start thinking about how you can position, like prioritize, what does a freedom lifestyle look like? What is important to you? And then how can you adjust your business to open up the freedom and the time and the space to combine both? So get the planner,
Awesome.
fill it
I
out.
love it. Yeah. So, all right, everybody go to the dashboard. The link's in the chat right now. Make sure you get that planner. And if you are a VIP, then I think there's another offer in there from Krista and Michael that is very, 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 very valuable. But Krista, I love you. I'm so appreciative of you and Michael and your space in my heart and in my life, and the work that you do, the way you inspire me, and not only how you live your lives, but how you love each other. It gives me hope. And so there's so much about uh, who you are and how you show up is just want you to know that. Thank you for
Thank
being here today.
I appreciate it. Nice to
Awesome.
see everyone. Thank you.